Welcome, patrons and all, to this Ask Us Anything as generated by the patrons. My name is Paul.
My name is Wayne.
And we are of the Countdown Movie Interviews podcast, if you weren't already aware. So we've had our high-level patrons of $5 and above who have decided to give us, not decided, we asked them to, and they gave us questions for us to answer. We have prepared nothing.
This is completely off the cuff. There is nothing going on.
Right? So this is completely, as you have said, Wayne, without preamble. So Wayne, the first one is from Luigi Tyrone.
Okay.
Have you guys ever fought/argued to the point where you stopped talking to each other?
No.
I think
was there one?
Once we were very young.
Were we really drunk and shit?
Yeah, where I was a cockhead.
I have no idea, but like, I think there was.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Paul can use his shitty soundboard on this format as well, which is very unfortunate.
Totally my fault.
Very unfortunate.
So there's a drink I'm not allowed to drink, and I don't drink anymore.
Yeah,
It's called Cougar Bourbon, right? And basically, Wayne said something very normal. Wayne is offensive.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember it either.
I took complete offense.
I can't remember what it
And
was.
I'm like, motherfucker, you ever talked to me that way again? I'll kill you. I'll kill your family. I didn't say that part.
No, but the whole party got like, oh shit.
Yeah, it got awkward.
Yeah.
Because often we're upset at each other.
No, literally, that's probably the only time. And I didn't.
Like 19 or 20. So
a long time ago.
For 25 years, it's all been all good. So there we are. Thank you for that one, Luigi.
Yes, I'm bringing up old wounds.
Motherfucker! We should always knocked over Wayne's coffee that's just down
It's all
here.
good.
So, all right. So this one's from Nerdivert. Now, this is a trick question.
All right.
Go, you read it, Wayne.
For both of you from Nerdivert, say you were able to see your absolute favorite movie in theaters and you also had a very weak bladder. What is the what is the perfect bathroom break moment in your favorite movie?
Well, first of all, Nerdivert, real men, unless it's Avengers Endgame, can get through a whole film without having to take a piss.
Just so you know,
real people, in fact.
In the last movie we attended, I think I peed 3 times.
You went just before, during, and just after. Like you were the first one out of the cinema. I'm like, this film was 95 minutes long.
To be fair, I was trying to escape any potential post-credit scenes because it was a horror movie. But
there may be. Even we walked out before that one.
I know,
so.
you bounced. So, yeah, in terms of my favorite movie...
I don't want to give away my favorite film.
And also,
that's our last episode of the podcast ever.
Right. And like my favorite film, like for instance, let's say it was Jerry Maguire. I'm not sure if it is, but maybe it was, right? The whole thing is beautiful. I don't want to walk out at any stage. I can tell you that...
So you can hold your water for Jerry Maguire, but not for 98% of other films that we see.
Well, the thing is, in Mission Impossible 2, when we saw that, I really had to piss. And I was actually, towards the end of the movie, I was standing at the door of the cinema, like, here it is, there's a credit, and I went and pissed. So it depends. I don't want to have to go. And I can tell you that a good movie where the entire movie is a piss break is Dunkirk.
I will say this.
Piss at any time.
I think a general rule of thumb, if you want to take a piss break, is wait for the action movie scene to end.
Yes, because
then
there'll be some bullshit.
Dart off, because you have to have that break of lull. So.
Yes, and this is what I've learned as well. You have, on average, in Australia, about 16 minutes if you're late for a show. Like if you haven't turned up yet.
For the
first
ads.
like credit card, like that 16 minutes on average. If you're, you won't miss any if you're that late.
100%.
One guy.
All right. Jeff Hartley had the next one. If the podcast ever grew so popular that you didn't need to have to do any other job to maintain your current lifestyle or better, would you do it?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Imagine if my whole life was me doing dumb shit like this, right? It kind of is.
It's almost horrifying.
It is because
you're a marketer though, so your job is to do dumb shit to make people buy shit.
Yeah, but I can't talk like this at work, man. They'll fire me and have done. So there you go. All right, yeah.
And likewise, yes, I frequently said I'm a writer, Jeff, and if someone wanted to give me money to write a book or a screenplay, even better, I'd love to see something up there that I had put on screen that's not Reap. then I absolutely fucking would, and in a heartbeat, give it away. If as long as it was guaranteed, like this whole, we'll give you money for 1 year, I wouldn't, because I'm risk aversive. So
no, exactly. You've got to either you make $200 million that year or no.
Yeah, but I was paid. I'll just take my wage right now for the rest of my working life.
Oh yeah.
I would do this. Yeah, no worries. Wouldn't you?
I'd want it to go bigger, but yeah, okay. But maybe the answer is definitely yes.
Okay, well, let me. Now I need to clarify this. You're saying someone said to us, "Here's the money to earn your current wage."
But you just do this.
We do this.
You're right.
Are you saying you would rather go to work and do that every day?
No,
and guaranteed for ongoing.
But I don't want them to cap it
like
at this
permanent
amount.
ongoing. No, not cap it. You have to be reviewed.
At least this.
My job's reviewed every 2 years.
Okay,
what I'm earned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no review. I want fucking some kind of guarantee. Again, it's a fantasy world.
It's a fantasy
In a
world,
fantasy world where
but
we're
I guess
both Joe
even in
Rogan.
my fantasy world, I'm slightly more realistic than you are.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Adam Allure, top level patron of the show. This is for both of you. What is... Oh, I've skipped one, but I'll come back to that one. What is your favorite comic book series that you've ever read? This is way more pertinent to you than to me because I've read like 3 comic book series.
Probably Batman Year One is a graphic novel.
So is that not is that...
It's part of the Batman series, I guess. So you could say Batman, but I'd say that. All right, so Kingdom Come is a comic which is written by and drawn by Alex Ross, who's an amazing artist, and it's about all the superheroes you know in the DC universe, but they're old now, and it's a whole different world, and half of them are fucked, and they had kids.
I know it's collected into a book, but was that a series?
It was a 4-part series.
Okay. Mine's probably Why the Last Man.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Why
why.
the Last Man.
Yeah, not why the last man, but why.
Why? Yeah.
And no, I've heard about this one, and I've never actually gotten into it. What is it?
Yeah, it's a comic book series where every guy in the world dies out and it's just left with women, and there's one guy and his monkey who are both males who don't die.
So do they tap all the ass? Is that what it's about? Is it about ass tapping?
It's not a porn, Wayne.
No, it's why the last man.
I wouldn't fuck you if you were the last man on Earth.
Is
Well,
that-
in this case, I am.
No, that's what I'm saying. So how does he make out?
No.
It's not about that, is it?
No.
Okay, but how is it not about that?
Brian K. Vaughan wrote it. He's the guy that ended up working on Under the Dome, the TV series, Stephen King thing.
I know something of that.
Wasn't great.
Not so good? Okay,
But
fine.
this comic series was really good, and I think when you have it less, it was around 50 episodes. Like I've read The Walking Dead, but I don't want to be ahead of where I am in the TV show because the only thing I've left in that fucking piece of shit is what might happen.
Yeah.
So even though that's now ended and the TV show's ending in one more season, this is something that's not been produced, and I read from beginning to end when I was going, yeah, that's really good.
I'm really surprised that you've read the whole thing.
The Sixth Gun also very good.
Okay,
I think he may have had something to do with that one as well. So yeah.
not bad. Okay, cool.
And one which what was that one called? Fuck, I read a lot of it, didn't finish it. It's a graphic horror one. Was it Mark? No, it wasn't Mark Millar. Oh, I can't do that
No, we
now.
can't. We can't edit the video.
Cursed. It was called Cursed or something, and if you got infected with this disease, it burnt this kind of cross across here, and you became crazy and tried to do terrible, horrendous shit to people.
You have actually read a lot of comics. I am quite surprised.
Not really.
Well
I
done,
went through a
old man.
phase 6 or 7 years ago, and I read a bit, but that's it.
Who knew?
Back to the one I missed, Wayne. Billy B. Dizzles, we watched the thing question.
Okay, Wayne, what's the closest you've come to marriage? B, I've never come close to marriage. I was in a 10-year relationship, and we had known at the very beginning. She had been married a couple times, so it was no need for us to do it. So I've never really thought about it. Having said that, I have in the past occasionally had the thing where you meet some woman and she's a unicorn, and then for a second you imagine what your marriage might be like. I've had that. So that's the closest.
Second.
Yeah, that's the closest, man. Paul, what's your question?
While I flash my wedding ring around, no.
I'm so not used to him having a wedding ring. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that again.
I just did.
Just talk. Okay, look at this shit, right? First of all, Paul's never worn jewelry. Not even a chain.
I did back in the day.
Oh,
when I was
really?
like 18, 19. Yeah, but
Cock rings don't count, but okay.
Not since.
But that's just
Believe it or
weird.
not, wearing jewelry when you're 18, 19 doesn't bring the women.
Who knew? I know. What are you going to do? But yeah, so this is weird. Please keep going.
My question from B. Dizzle was, seriously, what's a man going to do to see Reap?
Yes. Reap, for anyone who doesn't know, is a movie that me and Paul shot when we were 20-something, and it was crap, and it was shot on video. Paul directed
Super
it.
VHS.
Super VHS, I'm sorry.
21-year-old.
Yeah, we were going to do Betamax, but we
I
couldn't
think we
afford
were
it.
22 when we shot the film.
22-23. I remember because there was 2 shoots. And
Premiered in when we were 24, I think
Yes,
1999
yes.
it premiered.
2, 3 years?
Or 23, maybe
Yeah.
right.
So
yeah.
a lot of years in
a
pre-production.
lot of years. We actually lost half the edit. Not even half. We were over halfway through, and the software system back in those days we were using just crapped itself. We lost everything. We had to start again.
Movie or like an Amiga on a
Shout out to
yeah.
Brett Clare because
Yeah.
he and I edited it. Anyway, look, what's a man going to do to see it? I don't know. It's so bad.
Oh,
it's
honestly the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's unwatchable
To get
because
you a
it's
job
video.
too, though.
Huh?
Because didn't you like market it as?
I put on my CV that I'd made an independent film and produced it, which technically is true because I paid some money towards the pool that everyone
No, you
paid money
did.
to.
You're a producer.
Yeah, okay.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
all work.
Creative
It's
input
nothing.
into it. Yeah.
Exactly, yes. But for the record, it's about a bunch of dudes who go away to this seaside cottage kind of place.
They're summoned.
They're
summoned by the mob boss.
Mob boss, who no one knows who anyone is. The little Reservoir Dogsy.
It's Reservoir Dogs combined with Usual Suspects.
Very much so. And they're all dickheads and gangsters. And my character's name...
Or 21-year-old dickheads and gangsters.
Yes, exactly. And my character's name was Eddie Scheitland.
Accurate.
That Paul had wrote, okay? And I had a catchphrase.
Accurate.
And the catchphrase was, whenever I turned up with someone, I'd say, "Who the fuck are you?" All right, that was the actual catchphrase. And if we could make T-shirts back then, we would have. So
It's not too late.
Oh, it isn't too. Oh, I would say it is. So yes, to see it. Look, I mean, I don't recommend you see it. Look, maybe in a drunken stupor one day we'll throw it up for the patrons. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be. There's no way anyone sees it unless you're a patron. But then they can record it. That's my worry. It goes out into the world, and suddenly Reap the movie is a thing, and we both lose our jobs. So that's kind of why we're.
If you're remotely interested, there's a trailer for it on this same YouTube channel that you're watching now. Yep. Just go ahead and just
go back through it, and there it is. It's the most watched thing on our channel. All three.
I have hair in it, so you know
it's disconcerting.
It's very disconcerting.
All right. Ation Filion Save said, "Have either of you been to Canada?"
I have not, but I've always wanted to. Have you been?
Love to. I'd love to go. Love to go skiing and check it out. So no, we'll come back to some of the repeat questions as we progress through. Julio Mendoza from the Contrarians podcast said, "I want to hear about your worst sexual experience. Full stop. Go."
Do you want me to go first?
Full stop. Yeah, go.
Okay.
And if it's about me, I'll be hurt.
No, that was great. No, it was okay. In my youth, I was at a party and I met an lesbian, and so I remember being very drunk.
But she introduced herself that way, right?
Yeah, she said I like post. No, she said she didn't misrepresent.
But yeah, she was kind of like hitting on you. From memory.
Sort of, but I remember having a moment, because this is what happens when you're young and you're a stupid man like me. You think to yourself, I've never actually been with a lesbian before. I wonder what it's like. So she sort of made advances.
Right.
I went cool.
All right, what's her name? Amy?
No, who's that?
Chasing Amy.
Oh, did you? Oh, no. It was nothing like Amy. So, long story short.
Many years ago, can I just add?
Many. I was in my early 20s. This is more than 20 years ago, I guess.
Wayne would not. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
25 years ago.
Absolutely. Long story short, it didn't work out very well. When we finally got back and stuff was going down, I chose to do the thing that I assume lesbians do. Like, go downtown, right?
Yeah, okay.
And I remember thinking, she's too drunk, I'm too drunk. I don't know if I'm doing this right because I'm 22, all right? And I think it did not go well. After that, I had to do a lot of studying, a lot of field work, a lot of just to get the technique right. And frankly, yeah, that's what happened. So that was the worst one. Horrible. And I had to escape this party to get there. It was a long story. Anyway, please, Paul, tell us yours.
Before I do answer that question, I just want to point out the REAP poster that's behind us.
Oh, yeah, there's a poster for REAP that I stuck up here just for fun.
So that's for you, B Dizzle.
Yeah.
Just for you, sir.
You want to see it?
Why not?
Okay, I'll see if here we are. That's me sort of there with the hair. That's
A
Paul
lot of hair.
Putting a gun in front of the thing, and that's Paul's brother, and that's Brett, who also edited the movie.
Yep.
That's Adam, who's another guy, and this is Richard, who's Richard. So yeah, there you are. Anyway.
There we are. All right. My worst sexual experience was look, definitely. I've been dating a girl. We had 3, 4, 5 dates, whatever it was. Came back to my house. Clearly, things were going to happen.
Right.
And so we start up, kissing, whatever.
Sure.
Get into missionary position.
Now, is there digital remastering before this?
Minimal.
Minimal? Okay. All right. Go on.
She's ready. I'm ready.
Sure.
Let's go. She just lays there. She's like this. And I'm like,
was this that girl that looks like Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. And so she's just like...
She's just like, not like frozen. She's just like...
All right,
she wasn't
so
doing the ha-ha-has.
obviously.
But she like could not been... And I'm like trying to engage. And eventually I stop and go, can't it be nice if you reciprocated?
So do you...
And
sorry,
her
do you say
exact
that?
words
Do you say that?
exact words were, no one else has ever complained before.
About me lying here like a damn starfish?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So hang on. What I'm interested in is, okay, so she's sitting there apparently humming the Odd Couple theme song.
That part.
Or like,
I'm just trying to convey her lack of
interest, engagement,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
So you're doing stuff around her, is that right? You're doing stuff on her?
I was...
So you're in. Oh, and still nothing? Just kind of... So, Anyway, what's up? It's like that.
She could have been like, so, is it a little bit disappointing the way that Essendon lost another game?
You were like, let me hear you moan. And she's like, have you heard of the price of bacon? So, all right.
Yeah,
so
it was really off-putting. I have to admit.
no, it is because you're like, I get no feedback here. And
wasn't-
we're men. We
you
need
know,
validation,
Yeah,
everyone.
it wasn't like she was putting her hands around me or.
Oh,
you know,
really? Not even that?
Not even that. Not even grabbing my ass or,
No
or
ass
hands to the
grabbing.
side or
What about slapping
grabbing
your face? How about some
Not that
choking?
time.
Was she choking your ass?
Been there. She wasn't 30. Actually, she probably was about 30 at the time, but I wasn't.
yeah,
Oh, wait.
it's a bedroom story about that.
12 years. Yeah, whatever. No,
Okay, no, that's actually quite disappointing, and I'm sorry.
it was awful. It was an
I'm
awful
sorry,
experience. And then she had the audacity to ream me out when I rang her to say, oh, actually, I was going to tell her face to face because we'd slept together. But then she's like, oh, I want you to do this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, we need to have a chat.
Well, I want you to, as in what I want to do. I want you to
Meet
eat.
my mum. This
Oh
weekend.
shit! Wait, so you did a good job, obviously. Like, did you finish?
No.
No.
Nope.
Anywhere? Like, I don't. I'm just saying. Like, did.
After
Well,
she
you-
left, I might have.
Oh, okay, all right. So, all right, that's. And then she's like, I want you to meet my mom and get my dog and root my dad. And it's
Like-
but that means she liked you, man. So your game is tight on some level, even if a bitch don't move.
No one else ever complained, but no one else ever had fucking fuck too.
This time it's personal. Okay, that's great.
There's no electric boogaloo in this fucking
No, I
household.
didn't imagine not.
No, it was an awful experience, and she actually then had a go at me for breaking up with her. So I did not say to her because you're a lazy lay.
Oh, out of interest, what was this like? First date?
No,
Or-
like 4 or 5 dates.
4 or 5
in.
dates?
I don't move as fast as you do. Man.
No, I don't know what
didn't move as
you're
fast as you.
talking about. Right? So anyway, yes. So okay, cool. All right, well,
It was the longest dance we've had
That's
thus
an
far.
odd demanding, yeah.
All right,
There you
so
are.
let's scroll down here because I think there's one more
Okay.
beneath Julio. Yes, this one. Please, Wayne, take it away.
This one here from Jennifer Manson. For both lads, if you had the chance to rewrite a movie or TV script, what would it be and why? Given you're both I think you're both very talented writers. Very kind. Thank you, Jen.
Very.
Paul is actually the writer. This is a tough one. And this is on the fly, so we're just thinking about stuff here.
Yeah, we do have to think about it. We can't think about it too long because that's not entertaining video.
No, it's not. So I'm going to vamp for a bit while Paul comes up with his answer. Do you
I just
know?
want to see Wayne Van for a bit. We'll now cut to Auntie Donna's big old house of fun.
Oh God! Please listen to our latest episode. All right. Yeah. No. I'm thinking to myself, what are your favorite shows though? Like, it's going to be one that you wanted and you didn't work out.
I'm trying to think of something which just dropped the ball in one department.
Okay,
Like,
so-
it nails everything else. And had they just done that thing better, it could have been a much better film.
Good
but
call.
I'm failing, and I'm just coming up with the last film we watched, Spiral, from the Book of Saw.
Yep.
Right? Imagine a film in which it's a big spoiler. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a little bit spoiler. Let me come at you with something here, okay?
All right, go on.
The Last Jedi. All right. So that movie
Oh, yeah.
Is
That's a good
You know what I'm
one.
saying?
Good
Like, so at the end of the movie, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. Come on, you listen
Come on
to this
now,
show.
it's
You've
4
seen
years
it,
later,
right?
5 years later, whatever it is.
So Luke astral travels or whatever Jedis do, where he projects himself or fucking FaceTimes or whatever to that red planet they're on, and he fools Kylo Ren into like, oh, you're fighting with a ghost. What's up? And then he dies. All right. Now here's how that should have gone. Okay, he should have actually turned up because he has an X-wing, right? Didn't need to fucking like internet him ass out there, right? And then he rolls like Mace Windu did in that episode in fucking the Clone Wars where he just takes on, if Luke Skywalker just fucked up the entire Imperial army by cutting his way through Imperial fucking walkers and fucking people up and doing this shit and shockwaving motherfuckers, I would have come in my pants. But he didn't do that. He just
Insane in the membrane.
Inside in his brain.
the thing we did a while ago.
Insane in the membrane.
Ball choke on my balls. There you go. No, that's a segment we used to maybe want to do where I would rant or something and Paul would say, "This is an insane in the Memwayne clip." But that's what would have happened. That's what I would have done. I also would have rewritten the end of Dexter.
Oh, God.
All right, that piece of shit.
Well, they are rewriting the end of Dexter because they have a new series coming.
Let's see what they fucking come up with now. All right.
For me, where do you start? Basic Instinct 2. Here's my synopsis for Basic Instinct 2.
Okay.
Don't fucking do it. Done. Right, excellent.
I'd like to think you could have written a good basic.
Well, I would like a Basic Instinct 2, honestly now, all jokes aside, where it was unclear that Catherine Trammell was a murderer, right?
Yes.
That they
That would have
somehow
preserved some of it.
managed to sell a film in which she's involved with. No, it wouldn't have worked, but it would have worked better than this piece of shit.
No, I know
that
what
we
you
got.
mean. I'm thinking to myself, how do you actually?
good would that have film
How
been?
do you do a sequel about Catherine Trammell and then she's not a murderer?
Well,
maybe you could.
Had they basically just had a line about Nick Curran saying, "Look, unfortunately he died of a heart attack or some natural causes
Yeah, that would work.
or whatever else," and that they couldn't have Rugrats because
Because they didn't even explain why he wasn't
No,
in the
he just
picture.
was gone.
He
He
just
wasn't-
is
he
gone.
wasn't
She's
in
in
the-
London now.
So we had that, and she's moved on with her life, and she's trying to get away from that, and then she gets involved with this bad dude / whatever.
Yeah.
That would have been a much more interesting film.
Look, anything would have been better than what we got, but we did see a lot of like titties and stuff, so that's nice. Sorry to mess with your game there.
Let's go back to the top here.
All right,
Ones
at the
we
top.
missed. We'll give one more. Luigi had a bunch of questions. Thank you, Luigi, for your questions. And let's just click on load more comments for us, Wayne.
Oh, really? Where's that? Oh shit! There's more.
So you gave us drunken stories. We could be here all night.
Yeah, we could be here all night. We'll come back to that one in another one, maybe.
Have you ever fought?
No, we did that. We did that one.
Get to the point. No, we have another one.
No, we did this one.
Oh, we did?
That was the first one.
Oh, yeah. Worst, best date experience for both of you. Okay, how about that one? Worst, best date experience for both of you.
Ooh, worst date experience.
Worst,
Ooh.
best or best, worst? Which?
Worst, best.
Yeah.
The worst, best date experience. Well, if it was the best date, it wasn't the worst experience. Or is it the least best? I don't know. Maybe it's worst / best.
Which one's a better story?
Well, best date is boring because it's like I fell in love. It's like,
All right, so the worst date, but it obviously had something good about it because of the worst, best date.
Assuming that's what he means, unless it's worst / best. But
Luigi,
okay.
next AMU, please clarify that question for us. Maybe, okay, I'll tell you what. Clarify that question for us and I'll do the next one.
Okay.
Paul, have you ever cursed in front of your daughter by accident? Yes. More than many times, right?
What is your policy on that?
Oh, I try not to, but I do.
No, but like, okay, so like my niece, the parents, my sister and brother-in-law happily curse and always have. The kid then doesn't curse, right?
Okay.
But now she does because she's like 16. I'm actually fine with it. I'm actually okay. She can say fuck.
Well, 16-year-old, of course you can.
Yeah, and how old is your kid? 8.
But I'll go
Yeah,
back. I'll go back to when she was 1, maybe 14 months old. So she's learning to talk, and basically we had a problem with ants in that house, and there were ants whenever we would leave. It was a crumb, one fucking crumb. It would be. Ants would come marching out of whatever area that they had, and it didn't matter what you laid down from, they would still come back. We still have some ant issues where we live now. To be honest.
Doesn't?
And anyway, my daughter sitting there next to me, I walk in the room. I'm like, oh, fucking ants.
And she's heard this for the first
She
time?
heard that,
Yeah.
I think, for the first time that night, right? Now, this was really, my daughter's not overly book smart or anything like that. I don't want to give that a wrong impression, but she's cluey, right? In terms of picking up. So we were reading, my partner at the time, now my wife, was reading her a book, and it was like 2 ants, 1 ant, no ants. And my daughter went, fuck.
Because you said fucking ants. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. And did you get in trouble from
I
the
got
wife?
the
or?
death stare from hell. I've survived it just barely. But yeah.
Do you ever get like calls from people's like? Do you ever had like a school call where it's like your kid said fuck off or something?
No,
you haven't had that? Okay, so it's all right then.
As I said, she's
It's
very
contained.
cluey socially,
It's
so
contained.
that's all fine. All right, and we got one more question to wrap up today. We go down the page from Adam Allure. Also, tell me the most interesting place you've either shit or did the dirty. Actually, there's one more after question after this.
Okay. All right. So I'm actually interested in this one from in terms of.
I've got an answer for both.
I know. I actually have one as well. So let's start with doing the dirty.
No, we'll do one or the other.
Okay. All right. Let's do shit then.
We're going to do shit?
Yeah. Where'd you shit?
There was an occasion, Wayne, back in the day,
Go on.
where we were at a friend's house and we had drunk way, way too much
Were we both there?
barley
Was
wine.
I there? Oh shit! Bill's house.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And there was no room to stay in the house because everyone was sleeping there and everyone had bags to bed. So I just went out to sleep in my car.
Oh.
So I'm there and clearly shit happens, literally.
It literally does.
Because I jump out and I'm like, and I run into the edge of the trees along the driveway. Now, by the way, this is in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like,
Yeah, he
it's
lives in
forest.
like a
It's
forest. It's like
forest, right?
Bedfordale.
So I went into the edge of the forest, dropped trout, and shat. Watery.
Oh, damn.
So there's no evidence. It just would have sunk into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
So sick. And I've never told that story till now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, I could have told the one about something else, but that's one for another time.
That's in an actual toilet. It's not that shocking.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Have you ever stuck your butt out of a car door and shat while the car was moving?
Demented and sad, but social.
I'm not saying I have, but
well, no, that's the question.
I know I have.
Right. Just clarify.
All right, fine. I'm going to tell you
not
this.
my
all right?
car.
It's nasty. I'm going to tell you this, all right? I was also driving. What had happened? Now, here's what happened, Paulie. I was...
I don't even know what to press.
Look,
I feel like I'm taking crazy
no.
pills.
Listen. It was also in the time of around Soko when you were doing it, right? And because one had to go, it wasn't like on a main road or anything, okay? It was actually in the orchard at Bill's house.
Same place. What are the odds?
But he had a driveway that was like a quarter mile long.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I remember rolling down and being drunk and having an upset stomach, and I thought, I wonder if I can do this just to see. And it's not a straight driveway, by the way. It's like fucking that. And it's jagged, and it's got like bumps and shit, right?
Yeah, ask our friend Nigel.
Yeah, he fucked his car up there a lot. Anyway, so that happened, rolled down, and I'm actually coasting now, but I've got my foot a bit on the brake, right? Low gear, right? So it's slow. I reckon I can do this just to see if I could. So I slid. Just to give you an idea, right? You're driving like this. In Australia, we're right-hand drive, okay? So you crack the door open, right? And you're sliding your pants off, and in this case, it was jeans. And I just kind of did this and tried to punch it out.
What? No.
Now, it turns out that trying to support yourself and your own weight while also controlling a wheel is quite difficult, and it also is not it does not promote you relaxing your sphincter, so I actually couldn't really do it, so I didn't do it. So I guess what I'm saying is I almost shat like this because I was trying it and I was a young man. So yeah, there you go.
So just get to the bottom of the driveway, get out of the car and shit.
What I did, I stopped at the servo, so I was like dirt down the road. Because you remember we had that servo in Armadale? It was like between an emergency and a whim. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you are. So I'm sorry to bring that up.
I don't. We have to answer one more from Aetion, but
Okay.
I don't think we can top that one. That wins today's. Wow.
Well, okay, we'll just shut this down from ATM because it's a really easy answer.
Go on.
His is lastly, choose one remake, one to make a sequel of, and one to erase off existence. Reservoir Dogs, The Usual Suspects, and Basic Instinct. Well, Paul obviously wants a Basic Instinct sequel, so
Did we have that?
no. One to remake. Ooh, it's hard to say you're going to remake any of these, right? Because it's like the one is the one. Usual Suspects we could probably do with a remake most out of those three, in my opinion.
Okay.
A sequel to... Well, if you get a sequel to Reservoir Dogs, everyone's dead.
I know, it'd be very interesting. How do you make a sequel to that?
It'll be a prequel, if anything. Perhaps.
I don't want to be practical about it. I'm just going to go with my gut. So, all right, that's what you're going. And therefore, you're erasing Basic Instinct?
No, I'm erasing Reservoir Dogs.
Okay. And so, therefore, which one's the sequel?
Sorry, shit. Yeah, I want a Basic Instinct sequel, but a different one. How's
Okay.
that?
All right, fair enough. I will remake Basic Instinct. I would love to see
Who's your new Sharon Stone?
Ooh.
Come on.
Scarlett Johansson, maybe?
Oh, come
Too
on,
old?
really?
Too old?
No, I mean, the point... No, it's not the point. I mean... Now remember, we're talking about the woman of our puberty.
I know.
All right? So you're going to have to probably come a bit stronger than Scarlett for me. Like, I mean, who's the hottest woman in Hollywood right now? Oh, that's a good question.
This is a whole different question. Ask that one next time.
It's Jessica Chastain. No, it's it's a tough one. Look, we'll have to get back to you on this one. Not even that? Because Paul doesn't like redheads. Paul doesn't like redheads, everyone, okay?
Jeez, I honestly struggled. If you look at my face there for the last 20 seconds, I'm like, who's Jessica Chastain?
What?
Because it never even backed it into my mind.
She's like in the list for me, man.
Oh,
No?
Jessica Biel, Jessica Alba, Jessica who the fuck?
Oh, no, those two are fine. But like, I mean, then The Martian. Anyway.
No.
Look, she's not my number one, but she was on, if you like immediately to mine kind of thing.
Margot Robbie.
Uh,
She wins.
Really? Yeah. Karen Gillan, friend of that. I know she's a redhead, so for
I
you,
know that she'll have to. I mean, if you're going to go Catherine Jamel, unless you just whatever, you can have whatever hair you want. But
you need a dangerous woman.
Yep.
I reckon J-Lo could still do it now.
I think Margot Robbie.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, that's not bad. Good
So
one.
that's my pick to erase. I'm going to have to say Usual Suspects because of how problematic it all became.
Oh,
with
the Kevin Spacey. I didn't even think about it.
And therefore a sequel to Reservoir Dogs. But I don't know how you do that, given that arguably everyone died.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Reservoir Dogs sequel
Actually, it could be a prequel.
It's a prequel.
But-
Because otherwise, who cares, right?
Or maybe,
What is it about the cop that shot fucking
maybe
Harvey
Pink
Keitel?
survived, and it's Pink trying to. He's got out of jail 12, 15, 18, 20 years
So
later.
now Steve
and,
Buscemi
and he's trying to
has
put
to
together.
carry-
He's the new Joe.
But he's a bitch. Because he's an asshole character.
Yep.
So now it's a
And,
different
he
thing.
puts together a shit house crew.
Yeah, a shithouse
and it all
crew.
falls to pieces.
Right.
And he's trying to resurrect it.
Yeah, and there's no way we could save anyone, is there? You might argue that Tim Roth,
He's dead.
is he dead though?
Nah, he needs to be dead.
Oh, because he went like blam at the end, right? Harvey Keitel actually shot him.
The only one who lives potentially is Pink.
Well, you see Harvey Keitel get shot and he could come back though.
He gets shot twice. He could, but he's too old now. So
I know,
I'm thinking Pink's the only one left. That's my take on the sequel. Pink puts together a
Oh, I know.
crew.
I got it. Pink is the new guy getting the crew together, like you said.
Yep.
Right? But all of them are young cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
and
young,
him trying to
young new hot
educate them.
characters.
When this went fucking wrong for me, here's why it went wrong. Because remember, he was the best thief of them all.
Was
right?
he?
He was. He was just a bit too mouthy and shit. He was the guy who was professional all along. He said, we need to get rid of this guy. He's going to be fucking rat on us about Orange. He made the hard calls all the way through that film.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just, it's because he wouldn't do the tip at the beginning that everyone hates him.
I'm not sure how, because you hate him. You're not meant
Yeah,
to
you
like
hate,
him.
yeah.
I'm not sure how he gets a crime.
Well, he would have been,
squad
he actually,
together.
yeah, you're right. He's the one who survived, so he probably is the best of the gangsters.
And he gets 6 young. He tries to mold in his 6 or 7 characters. He tries to mold in his image, and it goes pear shaped.
And maybe he's got some like issue because they're all young and Bucky and all stuff. And
Yeah,
he's like,
I mean, of course he gives them shit. Not all of them the same,
what if he became more professional because he was hardened from his years in
but
jail?
he was professional. I'm saying
How about professional but not a cunt?
no.
He has
No,
to be.
needs
He has to be.
still him.
Okay, all right.
He
fair
still
enough.
needs to be the cheap prick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make us want to throw in with him if he's a leader. But anyway,
No,
okay.
We don't. I think it's more about the end point is the other characters.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, is it directed by Tarantino though?
Oh, if he wants to, I'll have him.
I don't know how he's gonna. I don't know
I'm
how he's
sure
gonna do it.
let me write his film, but yeah, sure.
Oh, that would be cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. There you go. That's your answer.
There's our answer. All right, that is it for our first Ask Us Anything. Thank you so much to our $5 and above patrons. If you want to get involved with this, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/the countdown.
Link is in the show notes. Oh, in the video notes.
PC, I think.
Yep.
Whatever, podcast, whatever it is.
The link's right there. Just click that thing. You're all good. There's a lot of content.
Well, this is a YouTube video, and we have not once said like and
Oh yeah,
subscribe.
please like and subscribe
Like and
this video.
subscribe. Like and subscribe.
And feel
Like
free to
and
ask.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Once you're a patron, you can actually just click on the link and actually add questions, and we'll answer them in a subsequent video. But yes, this is. But feel free to leave comments below. All good.
Been a lot of fun, and let us know how we all went wrong. And indeed, don't comment on his guitar
Yeah, it's
or our
weird
dress
things or stuff like
This
that.
is
Yeah,
spontaneous.
exactly. These are guitar picks. So
Oh yeah, those two. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Paul.
my name is Wayne.
This has been the Countdown Moving TV Reviews Patreon feed. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.